Hey guys, John here, coming to you from the inside of the Jurassic Battle Wagon. I've got a bit of a ride up north because I've got some personal affairs to tend to, but I figured we'd sit and do a video while I drive because I haven't had much time to do sit down and talk kind of videos. So this is the inside of my car. One of my favorite cars I've ever owned. This one. It's a 2001 Suzuki Jimny, 3-cylinder, Japanese yellow plate. So it's a 0.65 liter engine with 65 horsepower, but it's a tiny, tiny car. They don't make this car, or really a lot of the cars that are here, for export to America because it's too small. It doesn't go fast enough. It won't keep up with the speed limits. But for here, for Japan, speed limits are a lot slower. The numbers are the same, but they're in kilometers per hour instead of miles per hour. So going 35, now that I'm used to it, feels like going 35, but as an American, you go 35 kilometers an hour, being used to going 35 miles, and it's slow. Very, very slow. It's more like 17, 18 miles an hour. So this car is great. Keeps up with traffic. It's tiny. It's pretty much a Jeep. Pretty much a miniature Jeep Wrangler. So it's got a narrow wheelbase. It's short this way. It's short this way. It's kind of tall for Japanese cars because they're all really tiny 2-door, 3-door hatchback, super small 4 doors that are just slammed down. And the car culture out here is very different. Very, very different from what you would see in America. Out here, the smaller the car, the better. And that's normal. The roads out here, there's main roads, there's highways, but there's also a lot of tiny, tiny roads. The inner cities, the smaller towns, villages, you're driving on what feels like driveways, and those are 2-way roads. I'll show you some of those eventually in the future when I get time to get out and explore again. It's been rough this week. It's going to be rough next week. I'm working night shift, which is why I have the time and ability to go take care of whatever I got to take care of. It's 8:45 in the morning. I would be at work already. All dressed up in my uniform, doing work things. So there's that. That's that. This is the car. I know with the wide-angle lens, you can see probably all of my crap. I've got a lot of crap in this car. My patch collection, because I don't have anywhere else to put it. My Hawaiian seat covers, because they fit, sort of, and I don't have anywhere else to put them. But this car is my my mobile command center. I like it. It's a good time. It's got a little four-wheel drive selector, 244 low. It's not super powerful, but I've needed it before. The roads out here get wet, and 2-wheel drive just doesn't cut it sometimes. So bumping into 4-wheel and take care of business. Do what you gotta do. I've been meaning to go off-roading, not like mudding, but like trailing. I wanna go off-road trails, try some things. There's not a whole lot of off-road spots out here because this island is just concrete jungle. There is some jungle up north, but that's jungle. So that'd be more mudding. You know, a stock Jeep Wrangler Mini isn't going to make it through the jungle. So, but yeah, this is it. This is my second favorite car I've ever owned. Second to my Jeep Wrangler. Not a Wrangler. It was not a Wrangler. It was a Jeep Cherokee. Olive drab green. The paint was peeling off the hood. It was just an old mess. There was a whole bunch of things wrong with it, but it was a tank. The 6-cylinder inline 6, just big, beefy beast. And then I had that while I was in Hawaii, and then when we moved, I had to get rid of it, which it was kind of a relief to get rid of it because it was always breaking, but I was breaking it. It wasn't just like, oh no, it doesn't start today. It's like, oh yeah, I hit that rock on the off-road trail and now the steering wheel makes a crick. So I had fun with it. It could just about do anything. Whenever I had to move, you know, packages and equipment for work, it took all of it in one shot. Seats folded down, and it was basically a covered flatbed. Tons of space in that thing, and it took the weight like it was nothing. So I had fun with it. This car reminds me very much of that car, aside from the fact that it's probably half the size inside and out, but it drives the same. A lot of the smaller mechanics, like the smaller details, are very similar. The internals, not like engine internals, but like the switches and whatnot, the AC controls, the dash panel, all that looks very, very similar. Yeah. I don't remember where I was going with this. I'm kind of just sitting and talking because I can, and I feel like I need to do more videos other than just reviews, unboxings, and me pretending to shoot people. So this is me, and this is what I do. I drive and I talk to a camera. Boy, I'm still getting used to it. But I hope you could see out the windows. I'm not really sure how much you can see out the windows, but just watching, like just being a passenger in a car in Japan, you can see the differences in the cars and whatnot out here. There's a lot of mopeds, a lot of taxis. They call them honchos out here. Yeah, the car models are different. Car types are different. There's a lot of really, really small cars, and then there's also some really big cars that just almost don't belong on these roads. So, I mean, that's cool, but it's different. Very, very different. And like cool different, like interesting, almost novelty. I'm really glad to be out here. There's so much for me to learn, so much for me to see out here that just doesn't exist. Ramen shops. You tell an American you're going to go get ramen, and they think you're going to go get like the 34-cent brick of noodles that you boil some water, throw it in, put the little packet of seasoning on it. But out here, ramen is a big deal. Sushi go-rounds. They've got restaurants that are set up with conveyor belts, and just little plates of sushi come out. Alright, I want this one, comes off the conveyor belt, eat it, save the plate, and that's how hospitality-like culture. Like that's normal out here. Yeah. On the way back down, depending on what time it is and how much time I've got left, we might go explore some of the smaller roads on the way back. I'll show you guys what that looks like, because that's a good time, even if you don't know where you're going, which most of the time you don't know where you're going, because it's not a grid, it's not a city layout, it's just these are the buildings that were placed here and there's a gap. So we're going to put concrete on it, and you can drive through here. The roads don't have names. The only roads that have names are the highways, and they've got numbers. Yeah, it's really interesting. Most of this island, the way the roads are laid out, there is no organization to it. It's just this road goes from here to there, and it intersects with these roads on the way. But there's, you know, they build these roads around the buildings, around the island, because it's a coral island. So there's a lot of spots and ridges that you just can't build a road through. So you gotta go around it. This island's really, I love this island. Lighter fluid, little charger batteries, personal hygiene items, you know, juice, water, soda, beer, snacks, candy, whatever. There's two main store brands. There's Family Mart and Lawson's Station. I prefer Lawson's because they got better chicken. A lot of people like Family Mart, which it is. Family Mart is the bigger company. They do have more stores, and when you go to mainland Japan, you know, Tokyo and the bigger cities, Lawson's just doesn't exist. Lawson's is a local company to this island. So lucky me, we got Lawson's. I love Lawson's. So I don't know if you can hear that or not. This car has the tiniest turbo I've ever even known of. But it's cool. It's fun. I love this car. All 63 horsepower. It's got not a sound system, but the last time I moved, I literally stumbled upon, like it almost tripped me. I found a subwoofer with a power amplifier. I installed it in the chimney. I'll show you guys that when we do, I'm going to do can't think now. I'm going to do a car video. I'll go through, open the hood, show you with the seats folded down, with the seats folded up, whatever. This is wired it, so it's got a kill switch, so it's not always blaring bass, which is good because sometimes you want to be able to have a conversation. So I've got did my own little electrical work. I ran the cables, I ran the wires, the remote cable, the slave cable, power goes straight to the power source, all that cool jazz. So yeah, I'm excited to do that car video because I love this car and I want to show you guys this car. Clearly, because I can't stop talking about it. But yeah, I'm pulling up to Lawson's now. I'm going to stop this video, start a new video, and then I'll stop that video after I pay, and we'll probably end there. So, because I'm at where I'm at pretty much. I've got to stop in here, get some food, and then cut across